Welcome everyone to The Cat's Mouth and a collection showcase of the last set that I completed, Rebel Clash. So I know we're kind of jumping ahead a little bit, but I thought that it might get a little boring if I just kind of keep going in release date order. So I thought we'd skip around and kind of fast forward as much as we can fast forward. And I also thought I'd skip ahead a little bit just because of the difference in cards between what I showed last, the Heart Gold Soul Silver series, and these. So we're going to start off with the reverse set. The set, Rebel Clash in general, is so big that it definitely needed two binders. So we have one binder just for the reverse hollows alone. And as you can tell, it's still the same hollow effect of the whole card is hollow minus the picture. But with the different types, you have the different energy symbols. It's a little easier to tell on those up there. There's more of a glare on the cards further down. I do like that effect. I think they did it a little better in some of the EX series where it wasn't necessarily straight lines up and down. It was kind of just it was still a pattern, but it wasn't this same pattern. But like I was saying before, kind of comparing this to Heart Gold Soul Silver, not just the reverse hollow pattern differences, but the card differences. You can tell we're back to this just kind of plain yellow border rather than the border that Heart Gold Soul Silver had, where you had a little bit of other color into it, kind of made it blend in with the rest of the card. Now, as you can see, this set is still an awesome looking set. You've got a variety of different artworks. The cards in general, I do like. There's so many new Pokemon now. I'm getting quite behind. I probably play the game. Well, I don't know. I take that back. I was about to say, well, I play the game a little more than I collect the cards, but I don't know if that's really accurate. We have several pages of trainers, supporters, and some special energy, including what looks like a DCE, but is a twin energy. So lots of stuff in this set. I believe it's more than 200 cards in just in one half of the set. So now we're going to show the same cards, but in a regular set. And another thing to point out is that the ultra rares are mixed up within the set themselves. So this is going back more to the way the Japanese sets have been ordered this entire time. For many, many years, the English sets would start off with the hollows, non-hollow rares, etc., and put the ultra rares at the very end, whereas the Japanese sets had sorted everything by type, and if your ultra rare was lightning type, it went in, possibly right beside a common or uncommon lightning card. And I forget which set they actually started following this same thing. I think it was before Sun and Moon. Maybe X and Y. I think Black and White still had the hollows in the very front. So it's there's pros and cons to both ways of organizing them. I do kind of miss having the ultra rares all in the back though. And as you can see, this is just a huge, huge set. Now, one thing that they did keep is that the ultra rares at the very end, or there is still a group of ultra rares at the very end, but they are the full arts, hyper rares, and secret rares. And this is part of why it's so difficult to collect these days. There are just so many cards. If you've been keeping up with these collection showcase videos, we've had maybe a page or two of ultra rares at the very end of the set. We easily had a few pages of ultra rares mixed in within the set before we ever got to the end. And now here we are at the very end, and as you can see, we have pages upon pages of full arts. So the full arts go through the full art supporters, and then we have these, honestly, I don't know what the appropriate term is now, if it's hyper rares or rainbow rares. I believe it's more appropriate to use one for the Japanese cards and one for the English cards. But now I'm drawing a blank on which one is more appropriate. For now, I think I might just go back and forth, call them both hyper rares and rainbow rares. So those go through the trainers, and then starting here, we have some beautiful gold cards, including the awesome Meowth. Well, I'm sorry, he's not Meowth. He just looks. he's an odd Meowth. There's so many new Pokemon. It's very difficult for me to keep up with everything. So that is my complete Rebel Clash collection in all of its gold, hyper rare slash rainbow rare, full arts, regular EXs. They're not EXs. We have V and V Max in this set. So absolutely beautiful set. All of these cards are in really, really nice condition too. I hope everyone has enjoyed my collection showcase of Rebel Clash, and we'll stay tuned for more. I might go back to the, I believe we're kind of now onto the black and white set if we kind of go by release date, or I might kind of hang around this era and do a few more maybe Sword and Shield or Sun and Moon sets before we go back to black and white.